Well, a big hello from the Polo Club here in Barcelona, where at 8 o'clock tonight, Irish time, the Irish show jumping team will be joining 7 other nations in the Furussia FEI Global Final. Joining me is Louise Parks to have a look ahead and preview what we can look forward to in this Global Final. And Louise, it hasn't been an easy road for the teams to get here, but as in once they got to Barcelona, they're jumping for big prize money, and we're down to the final 8 teams after 19 teams that competed on Thursday night, and they're all starting on a level playing field.
Yeah, there's a real sense of expectation here. None of these teams have come without a real hunger to win this. And I have to say, I think we're going to have some serious jumping tonight. The course designer, Santiago Varela, has given them a really tough job all week, but I think the Irish boys have handled it pretty well. And we have very even scores in the first round, and I think we're in with a serious chance.
Now, Team Ireland, led by Robert Spillane, is drawn second to go. That's because they finished 7th out of the 8 teams to get to qualify for tonight. And Robert Spillane has changed the draw, or his order of the way that the riders will come in. Give us them.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. Dennis Lynch was last to go on Thursday, and he did a really good job because, I mean, he really couldn't afford to have more than the one mistake he had. I have to say he rode a super round. But he's going in first this time. Greg Broderick is going second. Bertram Allen, who was first to go last time, is now in third spot, and Robert has decided to send Cian O'Connor and Good Luck in fourth. I have to say Cian's horse jumped super as well. All the horses jumped great the other day. We need to have clear rounds, simple as that. It's
a one-round competition tonight. If there are any teams on equal scores at the end, which is in like pole position, then we go to a jump off.
Yeah, and I actually have a feeling that could happen. I don't know why really, but I do feel that it's a strong possibility. If teams on the same score in second place won't have a jump off. Second place, if there's a tie, will be decided by the time for each team. But yeah, I think there's a strong possibility we could get a jump off, and that'd make it even more exciting.
Just to give you those teams, Ireland will be joined by Belgium, Germany, Sweden, Great Britain, United States of America, Netherlands and Switzerland. Now, the Belgian team, they won the round on Thursday, so they are in pole position. Do you think that they'll be in that position come the end of this evening?
Well, I'm not so sure. Although they have had a great season, and they did win the Europe Division 1 series. So, I mean, that shows a real strength in them. And, of course, they've got Gregory Waterley on the team. He was silver medalist at the Europeans, so he's really in fantastic form. I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. I think we'll have a bit of a shake-up tonight.
You're going for the orange.
I am, I have to say, and I hope that doesn't sound too unpatriotic. I'm not going for the orange. I just can't see them being beaten. They're just on a roll, those boys. And they're like, I always call them the band of brothers. That's what they compete like a band of brothers. They love their chef to keep. They're very fond of each other. There's this huge sense of team about them it's quite exceptional. And that is what has led them to 3 fantastic victories at the WEG, at the Furussia final last year, and then again at the Europeans in Aachen. And I really can't see that being stopped here tonight. I mean, Jeroen Dubbeldam's round on Thursday was spectacular with Zenith.
We both met Martin, who is the head of the federation in Aachen, but it was very interesting to hear the way they plan and the way they were thinking of. They just look at championships as what they're after. Yeah.
They have a very specific strategic plan that they carve their way through the whole season with that in mind. So they don't mind if they have a few bumpy bits at shows along the way, as long as they get to the target points and then achieve what it is that they want to do. And they did actually had at some stages quite a weak Nations Cup season, but it didn't matter because when they really wanted to do well, they had the ammunition to do well, and it really worked out for them. It's all about planning, but of course you have to be fortunate enough as well to keep good horses sound, so they've been a little lucky in that.
Now, after tonight's jumping, and we'll come back to you for your predictions in just a minute for the top 3 teams, but plenty of entertainment. The FEI and the organisers here have certainly looked at this as being a a finale, a big gala dinner. They've brought in a international superstar in
Carly Rae Jepsen.
You're going to be
Everybody knows Carly Rae Jepsen. Everybody knows.
So
Carly
you're going to
Rae.
be dancing and singing along to her after you get those reports sent out for the FEI.
I think she'll need to keep singing for quite some time, though. But yeah, it's fantastic, and of course that's kind of in the culture of coming to Barcelona. It's a real party city, and the polo club itself is just so lovely, and it lends itself to that sort of entertainment. I think it's going to be a mighty night.
Carly Rae is what they call her number one hit was "Call Me Maybe."
Call Me Maybe. Can you sing it, Brendan?
Not now, actually, not now. Back to the predictions, as in the team that's going to win and second and third, please, from you.
Okay, well, I really can't see past the Dutch. I hope that isn't considered unpatriotic, but I can't. However, I think we have a really good chance of coming second. And how about maybe if we finished on the same score as the Dutch and went into a jump-off? Now, wouldn't that be a thriller?
Which rider would Roberts Blaine send in?
There you go. Don't they send 3 members of each team? So that makes it even more exciting, actually, because that means a jump-off is again, it's basically another round. And then I have my eye on the American girls for a place tonight. They didn't come all the way here for nothing. They're very determined. And, I mean, Beezy and Laura, just fantastic competitors at any time. I think they'll be in the mix.
Yeah, I think the Dutch certainly have. They've had a couple of weeks since Aachen. They're nice and fresh and ready to go here again. I think the Irish team, they really, really want this really badly. They could give them a run for the money. It would be great to get to a jump off. Germany, there's huge prize money. They have all their big guns out here as well. And I suppose I'm going to try and sneak in Sweden somewhere along there as well, because they always aim to get a medal or a top 3 position. And I think if you were betting proposition, you'd certainly be looking at them. But I've mentioned 4 there, but I really think it'll be the Dutch, I think Ireland, and I don't care whoever else takes third, really.
Well, Rolf Joren and Henrik von Eckermann are both in great old form, so yes, you can't look past the Swedes. And then you've got the Swiss and the Brits. How about the Brits, Brendan?
Yeah, met Di Lampard, and she's in great form. She seems to be enjoying the role this season. She loves this format. They're all coming back in here on a level playing field tonight, and that's just a brilliant way for them to go. And Michael Whittaker, I think, is not going tonight.
Yeah, she seems to have substituted Michael with Laura Rennick. Laura's she's been on fire for the last few months with all sorts of horses, and my goodness, if it comes to a race against the clock, you wouldn't mind having her in your side, because she's a real speed machine, that girl.
No, it's all about the money here. 2.5 million euros thereabouts on offer, and tonight they are
$1.5 million in this particular class.
That's massive, with the winning team taking home $500,000, second taking 300,000, third taking 200,000, and down to 8th place taking
€80,000.
So worst case scenario is that the Irish team will walk away with €20,000 each tonight for their efforts.
That'll do for a day's work. Thank you.
Well, it's great. The atmosphere is building here at the moment. There is some minor competitions are on, but the crowd's starting to come into this fantastic polo club, which is a vast array of land and certainly greenery, and certainly just on the edge of Barcelona. It's only 10 minutes away from Barcelona Airport, and it's going to be a great atmosphere. Let's hope the Irish do well. Of course, you can follow all the action from the final round here tonight on Louise Parks' page. You'll also get stuff on my Facebook and Twitter account. It'll be on the FEI account. You can watch it on FEI TV, and there's also highlights coming up on Eurosport. And at 11 o'clock Irish time, we'll give you a full rundown on the day's action on sport after the 11 o'clock news on RTE Radio 1. But from Louise and myself, we'll talk to you again very soon.
Seamus.